Looks like our last day on the trail. We decided that we're pretty well done after 7 or 8 weeks of riding, and we are heading north to Geneva and ultimately Zurich. Finally managing to get out of town. It's just about noon. Bike repairs. Also shopping for some groceries. Good morning, babe.
Morning.
So we're finally leaving Lyon after a nice little rest day. We got pretty strong winds today, it looks like. Hopefully they'll be mostly at our back. But here we go, through the city again. We'll let you know as we get out of here, start getting into some more quiet country. We were hoping to actually spend a couple of days here in Lyon, and it's worth it too. It's a really cool little city. But big weather's coming our way, and probably gonna rain the last few days of our trip, it looks like. So we're gonna head out of town and get as close to Zurich as we can before we hop on a train to get back to Victor and Nadia's. So it's goodbye Lyon. Too bad. It's been a great city. It's very, very happening, a very fun place. Love it. Peace, love, y'all.
Happy to say, our appointment at the bike shop this morning was successful, and I won't have to listen to that clicking sound from my crankset for the remainder of the trip, however long or short that may be.
Pretty rough wind on this bridge. A bit of a crosswind, blowing you sideways.
We left the Centre-Ville getting a good look at Lyon along the Rhône this time, but it turned out getting out of the city was no simple task.
Riding for 5 miles through this, and it is still just dense city. Not density, dense city. This is a big city. Lyon is big. Well, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
It's going to be a hot one. It's going to be a windy one. We just spent 7 miles riding through dense urban landscapes.
Busy city.
Very busy city. I mean, we're still in the city, but you know, we're finally made it to a little riverside trail. So we're just going to keep following this for a while till we get out of this urban center. What a big city this is. But had a nice rest day. Feeling pretty good. How are you feeling, babe?
I'm okay. I'm just not thrilled about the wind, but got 15, 20 mile an hour winds. But other than that, I'm good.
What are you gonna do? Happy trails. We got a place at the end of the road. All will be good. Check out these urban gardens here in the outskirts of Lyon. That is the way to do it. Way to keep those fresh vegetables on the table. Straight ahead, baby. We're following the river. We had an appointment with a bike shop that we checked out on Saturday. Little bicycle repair and cafe. And the guy there replaced the cable. All the clicking is gone. Cost me 34 euro. Probably worked on it for about an hour. Couldn't be happier. So, smooth sailing. Did you catch that? 34 euro, baby. Following what I think is the Rhône. See if we can see it over the bridge here. And we're just trying different sides for shade and wind protection and so forth. But there's just bike trails on both sides. Yeah, this is much more protected. Much shadier, much cooler. It's a hot day today. Really got hot. There's our river. A lot smaller than it was a few miles ago.
We were grateful for the shade, for the wind protection, for the sound of hard-packed dirt under our tires. But mostly we were grateful to be out of the city and back into nature and the zen-like cadence of the rhythm of our constant motion.
And now for something totally different. Trailside sandwich featuring cheese, ham, and bread.
Charcuterie sandwiches. Who knew?
In France, of all places. Nice to be out of the city, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sudden turn on the trail. And very, very steep. Back out on the roads. Luckily the wind is more or less a tailwind, a little bit to the side, but not too bad.
When we left Lyon, we didn't have a plan for the next few days, only that we would head up the Rhone towards Geneva on the Swiss border. I knew there would be some climbing, as we would ascend or at least skirt the French Alps in the process, but I found myself excited at the prospect. Julianna, not so much. Our last little climb was a short one, but it seemed to be the straw that broke the camel's back. Julianna was done. She didn't want any more climbing or more adventure. After over 6 weeks of riding the Loire Valley, the Atlantic coast, the Canal de Garonne and the Canal du Midi, along the Mediterranean and up the Rhone Valley, it's not like anyone could accuse her of going soft. She's been killing it. We both have. But riding day after day is one thing. Never knowing where your bed is going to be night after night is another. So we spent our disagreement the way we usually do. Instead of debating which plan was better, we enjoyed the sunshine and the scenery, grateful for the opportunity to be smack dab in one of the prettiest places we could imagine, and making plans to find the nearest train station along our route that would speed us back to Zurich and home. Satisfied and sated with our, by all accounts, fabulous French adventure. These couple days we had left were the cherry on top.
Just love how lush everything is around here. Just everything grows. Such a fertile area. Been all kinds of different trails today. Here we're on a bit of road, not too much traffic, but the traffic that's here is going pretty fast, speeding right by, no shoulder. So it's a little sketchy, but it shouldn't last for too long.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin.
Looks like it's carved some cliffs up in there. We start making our way towards the foothills. Very pretty little finish to our ride. We've got less than 2.5 miles.
Today and not tomorrow. There's
This those long shadows again
Finally getting
toward the end of the day.
Yeah, we're heading east towards the Alps. First time for a long time we've been heading east.
After so many days along the broad valley of the Rhône, it was a welcome sight to see the geography begin to change. We were entering the Bugey and the beginning of the Jura, a lower mountain range that helps define part of the border between France and Switzerland.
Guess those cliffs were a little closer than I thought they were. I'm gonna get there tonight. The valley where our room is. They say there's a restaurant there too, and they said they'll be open. It's a very small town, nothing much happening there. But what a gorgeous little valley this is.
We rode into Hières-sur-Amby along a beautiful road, and we made it to our inn as the shadows grew long. Our hotel was a welcome sight, and a surprise in a town so small.
Today
This is our little spot.
is a good
There we go.
day today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow today. Well, something's gotta give today. It's a good day today.
We got a feel for the few blocks of the village before settling in for a warm meal and a very pleasant stay. Our last night in France, for now. We left Hières-sur-Amby on a beautiful morning. From here, the closest rail station was in Ambérieu-en-Bugey, an easy morning's ride from our hotel, and that's where we headed, still following the Rhône, but not for long.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. The accommodations last night were great, and the food, of course, was just amazing. It just gets better and better the more north you go, but this is just beautiful.
Yeah. Looks like our last day on the trail. We decided that we're pretty well done after 7 or 8 weeks of riding. I think we've had enough, and we are heading north to some town where there's a train connection where we can head back to Geneva and ultimately Zurich.
It's been a good trip.
Yes.
We've loved it, but I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to get back home and recover and be in my comfort zone again. Rest up for the next adventure, whatever that may be. 8 weeks is a pretty good long time. I can't even imagine how we did 4 months last summer.
Yeah. Hey guys. A lot of horses around here.
Pretty ones. Very healthy looking, happy. I'm sure living a nice life.
It's a strange feeling, a combination of relief and melancholy, as we quietly glide past the verdant fields beneath the commanding foothills under such a warm and sweet October sun. Strange to think that every view was nearly our last. No more sunflowers or farmsteads or rustic fence lines, no more castles on the hill or villages, no more Rhone River. All good things, they say, must come to an end. And as we climbed the last hills towards our town following a rough track, we took in what we could, savoring the experience, committing to memory the sights and sounds and smells. France will be with us for a long, long time.
Such a beautiful garden. Some flowers. It's a gorgeous garden. These people live well. At least I think so.
Suddenly, everything is in fast motion, and we find ourselves in the streets of Geneva, Switzerland.
All right, just arrived in Geneva, and you forget that it's not part of the EU, so you got to change the money, and then we had to check with the Swiss train service to see what it would take to take a train from Geneva back to Zurich. A whole different thing than the French train system, and just the kind of the hubbub of the main Bahnhof here, a little crazy. But we've got a room, and we're going to check out Geneva for a day or two, and see how it goes. And then we'll head over to Nadia's. Navigating our way through Geneva.
We negotiated the hectic big city traffic, through the city to our hotel room.
Everywhere you go.
We still had a couple of days to spend in Geneva and in Zurich, but France was now in our rearview mirror. Au revoir, France.
Bonjour.